Dear student, welcome to the online classes of chemistry. So, in today's class, we will discuss the fundamental concept of organic reaction mechanisms. The fundamental concept of organic reaction mechanisms. So, fundamental concept in organic reaction mechanisms. Look here students, here in organic reactions, the substrate molecule reacts with an attacking species. The substrate molecule reacts with an attacking species, and this attacking species is called as a reagent. It is called as a reagent, and it reacts with reagent forming an intermediate compound. And here it forms intermediate compound, and this intermediate compound is unstable, and immediately it converts into product and byproduct. It is the reaction mechanism which takes place in organic chemistry. So here remember, organic molecule look here, it is organic molecule, it is called as substrate. It is called as substrate. This organic molecule is called as substrate, and here it reacts with an attacking species, and this attacking species is called as reagent, and then it forms intermediate compounds, and this intermediate compound is unstable, and then it immediately converts into products and byproducts. So here it is the reaction mechanism. Look here, organic molecule is called as substrate, and here suppose if it is A, then it reacts with this attacking species B, and then it forms an intermediate compound, and this intermediate compound is unstable, and here it is represented like this, and then here it forms the product. And even in few reactions you will get a byproduct also. So this is the reaction mechanism, how the reaction takes place in organic compounds. Then here the covalent bond, you know the covalent bond, ionic bond and coordinate bond. And here what is covalent bond? The covalent bond is formed by the sharing of an electron pair between the two atoms. Electron pair shares and it forms covalent bond. If one pair of electrons shares, it forms a single bond. If two pairs share, it forms double bond, and if three pairs of electrons are shared, then it forms a triple bond. So therefore here the covalent bond formed by sharing of an electron pair only. So it is electron, look here, A shares with this B, and then it forms a covalent bond. Look here, this is covalent bond. Formation of covalent bond takes place in only one way, but the breaking of covalent bond takes place in two ways. Students, it is very important. Remember, formation of covalent bond is only sharing of an electron pair between the two atoms, but the breaking of covalent bond takes place in two ways. So let us see how the breaking of covalent bond takes place. Look here. So here, so first one, remember, so the breaking of a covalent bond takes place in two ways. Look here students, we know that covalent bond is formed by equal sharing of an electron pair between the two atoms. But how the covalent bond breaks? The covalent bond breaks in two ways. the breaking of a covalent bond takes place in two ways. So which are those two ways? So here breaking is also called as fission. It is also called as fission. Fission means breaking of this covalent bond. So fission of a covalent bond. You may write fission of a covalent bond. Fission of a covalent bond. So how the covalent bond breaks? Look here, there are two ways. One is that is homolytic cleavage, or it is also called as homolytic fission, and second one is heterolytic cleavage or heterolytic fission. Look here students, these two, one is that is homolytic cleavage or homolytic fission, it is also called as homolysis. Then second one is heterolytic fission cleavage or heterolytic fission, it is also called as heterolysis. So then what is homolytic fission or what is homolytic cleavage? Look here, let us see one by one. Look here, first one, homolytic cleavage. Homolytic fission. Homolytic cleavage or homolytic fission. Look here students, homo means same. Lytic process. So here it is homolytic cleavage or homolytic fission means when a covalent bond breaks symmetrically in such a way that each fragment gets or retains one electron each or unpaired electron is called as homolytic fission or homolytic cleavage. It is also called as homolysis. Remember students, when a covalent bond breaks, when a covalent bond breaks symmetrically in such a way that each fragment ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ symmetrically each fragment in such a way that each fragment ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸ್ಪೀಸಸ್ಗಳು each fragment gets one electron each or unpaired electron. ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ each fragment gets one electron. Each fragment gets one electron or unpaired electron ಅಥವಾ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಬುಕ್ದಾಗ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್, ಈಚ್ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಒನ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆರ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್, and these fragments are called as free radicals. Look here students, this is the definition here. What is homolytic fission? When a covalent bond breaks symmetrically ಸಮಾನಾಂತರವಾಗಿ in such a way that each fragment gets one electron. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನದಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ತಗೋತದೆ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ತಗೋತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ, ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ತನ್ನಿಂದ ತಗೋತದೆ. ಸೊ ಆರ್ ಅನ್ಪೇಯ್ಡ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್, ದೀಸ್ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಫ್ರೀ ರೆಡಿಕಲ್ಸ್. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಏನು ಬರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿ, ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಬರಿತೀನಿ. ಎ ಮತ್ತು ಬಿ ಅದು ಕೋವೆಲೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಂಡ್, ಅದು ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅ ಕೋವೆಲೆಂಟ್ ಬಾಂಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಸ್ ಸಿಮೆಟ್ರಿಕಲಿ, and then here A has one electron and B has one electron, and here these are having an unpaired electron, and here it is a paired electron. ಇದು paired electron ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ಅಥವಾ ಇದನ್ನು ಹಿಂಗೂ ಬರಿಬೋದು. ಸೊ an electron pair ಇದು ಕಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಸಿಮೆಟ್ರಿಕಲಿ ಇನ್ ಸಚ್ ಎ ವೇ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಚ್ ಫ್ರಾಗ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ಸ್ 1 electron. Unpaired electron, these are called as free radicals. Example ಬರಿಬೋದು. You may write example chlorine. So here it decomposes and it gives Cl, and here it is called as chlorine free radical. Chlorine free radical. You may write another example. Third example, CH3 Cl or CS3 Br. ಯಾವುದು ಬೇಕಾದ ಬರಿ. ಅಥವಾ ಇದ್ರ ಬದಲು ಏನದಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಇದ್ರ ಬದಲು RX ಬರೀರಿ. RX is equal to alkyl group ಅದು. ಸೊ RX ಬರೀರಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ RX. Look here RX, and here it is called as alkyl group, and then here it forms R and X. So it is called as a free radical. It is called as a alkyl free radical. Alkyl free radical. So here it is about a homolytic fission or homolytic agent. Then there is another question. What is a free radical? What is a free radical? Look here students, these are called as free radical. And how to write this? Look, very simple. An atom or group of atoms, suppose if you write like this, another. So example here I will write CH3 Cl. Look here, and here it is CH3 Cl. It is methyl free radical. Look here, it is a group and it is an atom. So what is free radical? An atom or group of atom. An atom or group of atom which contains an unpaired electron, an odd electron, is called as free radical, and the free radicals are formed by homolytic fission. Free radicals are formed by homolytic fission. An atom or group of atom, an atom or group of atom containing an unpaired electron or odd electron, containing an unpaired electron or odd electron obtained or formed by homolysis is called free radical. Look here students, it is for all 2 marks. What is homolytic fission and what is heterolytic fission, what is free radical? So all these are for 2 marks, and here it is about homolytic fission, free radical, and I have given the example here. So here these are the examples. Now let us see how the alkyl free radical or methyl free radical is formed and what are the conditions here. Look here. Note number 1. The alkyl free radicals are classified. Look here students, the alkyl free radicals are classified as a primary alkyl radical, secondary alkyl radical, and tertiary alkyl radical. So classified as a primary, it is indicated by 1 primary, comma, secondary, 2 naught, and tertiary 3 naught. The alkyl free radicals are classified as primary, secondary and tertiary alkyl free radicals. Alkyl free radicals. Look here. Alkyl free radicals. So then here how these are represented. Look here, primary means CH3, it is free radical, it is called as methyl free radical. I will write methyl free radical. And then I will write ethyl free radical, CH3, CH2, ethyl free radical, ethyl free radical, and then these two are called as primary free radicals. Primary free radicals. And then what about secondary? I will write here secondary, CH3, CH, CH3, and here it is isopropyl. It is called as isopropyl free radical. It is called as secondary. It is called as secondary. And then I will write tertiary, CH3, C, CH3, CH3, tertiary butyl. Look here, it is tertiary butyl free radical. It is called as tertiary. Look here, it is both are primary, secondary and tertiary. It is the classification. And here the stability of alkyl free radical are in the order of, so tertiary is more stable, and then this, and then this. Here remember the stability of these alkyl halides. The stability of alkyl free radical, of alkyl free radicals are in the order tertiary, secondary and primary. Look here students, it is the order here. So the stability of free radicals are in the order tertiary, secondary and primary, and the reactivity is exactly opposite to this, and the reactivity is a reverse to this order, means that is reverse order means primary, secondary and tertiary. So it is about this about homolytic fusion and free radical. And here remember students, here it is having sp2 or sp3, so that is they may ask in the CET exam which type of hybridization takes place here. What is the type of hybridization takes place here? And when it forms, remember the alkyl free radical having an unpaired electron, it is sp2 hybridized. It is a sp2 hybridized. It is about a homolytic fusion. Then let us see heterolytic fusion. Look here. Second one, heterolytic cleavage. Heterolytic fission or heterolysis. Hetero means different type of breaking. So student here when a covalent bond breaks unsymmetrically or asymmetrically in such a way that one of the fragment or one of the atom or group of atom retains both the electron, both the shared pair of electron with it, and another, that is fragment, remains without electron. So it is called as heterolytic fission, or it is also defined as when a covalent bond breaks asymmetrically in such a way that one of the fragment retains both the electron, forming cations and anions. Remember, in homolytic fission free radicals are formed, but here in heterolytic fission, so cations and anions are formed. It gives ions. So here, when a covalent bond breaks asymmetrically or unsymmetrically, in such a way that remember, one of the fragment retains both the electron, one of the fragment retains both the electron. Retains or gets both the electron. One of the fragment retains both the electron or gets both the electron. Then here, electron, that is the shared pair of electron, remains with one atom or group of atom, and here the ions are formed, forming cation and anion. Cation and anion. A general example, when a covalent bond breaks unsymmetrically, if here B takes both the electron, then A become plus and B become minus, and here it is cation and here it is anion, like this. And you may take example of this, another example. So CH3Br, look here students, here CH3Br and electron pairs are there, and here it is CH3, so it becomes Br and both the electrons with Br, and here it forms cation and anion. So it is cation and it is anion. Here it is called as a heterolytic fission. And in heterolytic fission, look here students, heterolytic fission, this carbon is having positive charge. Carbon is having positive charge, and it is called as carbocation. And they may ask one more question, what is carbocation? Look here. What is carbocation? So very simple, a group of atom containing carbon, it bears a positive charge. It bears a positive charge is called as a carbocation. So a group of atom containing a carbon atom bearing a positive charge. Carbon bearing a positive charge is called carbocation. So here it is formed by heterolysis. So look here students, what is carbocation? This is called as carbocation. A group of atom containing carbon which bears a positive charge is called as a carbocation. And here this carbocation, you may write example CH3Cl. Here it forms CH3 positive charge plus Cl, it has both electron. This is called as a carbocation, or it is also called as a methyl carbocation. Again here these carbocations are classified into primary, secondary and tertiary. Primary, secondary and tertiary. Look here. Look here. Again, note 1. Note 1. Carbocations are classified into primary, secondary and tertiary. Carbocations are classified into tertiary depending upon the number of hydrogen atom attached. Look here students, it is very important. Depending upon the hydrogen atom attached to it, whether 1, 2 or 3, that is carbons or hydrogen atoms are attached. Or you may say another definition is there, whether 1 or 2 or 3 carbons are directly attached to the positively charged carbon. Depending upon, or you may write another definition, very simple definition, depending upon whether 1, 2 or 3. Look here, 3 carbons are directly attached to the positive charge, positively charged carbon, attached to the positively charged carbon. So I will show that is how 1, 2 and 3 are there. So how 1, 2 and 3 are there. So look here, 1, 2, 3 means, here I will write number 1, CH3, CH2, it is positive. Look here, CH3, CH2, here it is called as ethyl cation, and here this positively charged carbon is attached to only one carbon. Then it is called as a primary. And if it is attached to 2, look here, CH3, CH3. Look here students, isopropyl. It may be also written like this. It is isopropyl cation. Here this positively charged carbon is attached to 2 carbon atom. So here depending upon whether 1, 2 or 3 carbons are directly attached to the positively charged carbon, here it is attached to, it is called as a secondary. And if it is attached to 3, so CH3, it is called as a tertiary. Look here, it is called as a tertiary butyl cation, and it is here tertiary carbon. It is the classification here. Again, the stability of carbocation is same. Again, the stability of carbocation and the reactivity is the same. So here the carbocations containing carbon having only 6 valence electrons, and it is also called as sextet. So here these are sp2 hybridized. These are sp2 hybridized. It is very important from the view of CET and NEET. These are sp2 hybridized. And here what happens if the electron pair is retained with another, that is a substituent group? Here the electron pair remains with substituent group, and if the electron pair remains with carbon, then what happens? Let us see. Look here. Second part. Here the heterolytic cleavage can also takes place. The heterolytic cleavage can also takes place in the reverse manner. So here it gives the species in which the carbon gets the shared pair of electron, takes place where the carbon gets the shared pair of electron. The carbon gets or carbon retains the shared pair of electron with it. So carbon gets the shared pair of electron. So in forming, here it forms a carbanion. It is called as carbon anion. So the heterolytic cleavage can also takes place where the carbon gets the shared pair of electron with it forming carbon anion, or it is also called as carbanion. It is also called as a carbanion. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಬೇನಿಯನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು. So let us see one example. I will show one example here. Look here, CH3 Z, and if both the electrons are retained by this carbon, and then here it forms CH3, it becomes a negative, and here it retains both the electron. You may write this type, or you may also write like this, CH3 like this, and then Z plus. So it is called as carbanion or carbon anion. Look here students, if the carbon retains both the electron, and here the carbanion is what is carbanion? They may ask, what is carbanion? Carbanion is a group of atom which contains the carbon atom bearing a negative charge or having a negative charge. A group of atom containing carbon bearing a negative charge. Called carbanion. So look here students, here carbanion is a group of atom containing carbon, which contains a carbon atom bearing a negative charge. Carbon bearing a negative charge is called carbanion, and here it is carbon, that is here the carbon of carbanion is sp3 hybridized. Look here, it is the difference here. It is sp3 hybridized, and its structure is carbon it is the lone pair of electron, and here it is hydrogen, it is hydrogen. It is methyl radical. It is called as methyl carbanion, or you may write is that methyl carbanion. It is about carbanion. So here up to this we studied the heterolytic and homolytic fission. So I think it is clear. Now there is another unit comes, that is nucleophiles and electrophiles. In a chemical reaction, in organic chemistry, when a reactant react and it gives the product, so here almost all it does not give ions, complete molecules are formed, and here the molecules are formed due to the transfer of electrons or by the gain of electron. And here this new concept is called as nucleophiles and electrophiles. Then what are nucleophiles and what are electrophiles? Look here students, what are nucleophiles? Nucleo means, here remember, nucleus means nucleo or nucleus. Philic, seeking or loving or affinity. Look here, nucleophilic, nucleus, seeking, loving or affinity. So what are nucleophiles? So these are the electron rich centers. You electron rich centers irtav and the saukarad kirti ನಾವು. These are electron rich centers which are attracted towards the electron deficient center. Electron ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವು. So these are the electron rich centers. These are the electron rich centers or electron rich species. Electron rich species ಅಂತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾರೆ electron rich species, electron rich species which are attracted towards electron deficient centers. Centers are electron deficient species towards electron deficient centers. And here these are negatively charged or neutral species. ಇವು ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಇವು ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಬರಿತೀನಿ, ಎಚ್ ಮೈನಸ್, ಸಿ ಎಲ್ ಮೈನಸ್, ಬಿ ಆರ್ ಮೈನಸ್, ಐ ಮೈನಸ್, ಒ ಎಚ್ ಮೈನಸ್, ಸಿ ಎನ್ ಮೈನಸ್, ಇವಷ್ಟು ಏನದಲ್ಲ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸಸ್ ಅದಾವೆ. ಇನ್ನು ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಓ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಅದ ತಿಳಿದು, ದೆನ್ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್ ROH, so it is also neutral. And you may write ammonia, NH3, it has a lone pair of electron, and amines RNH2, it has a lone pair of electron, and these are all called as nucleophiles. These are all electron rich centers. Look here, these are the electron rich species which are attracted towards the electron deficient center, and these are negatively charged or neutral species. ಇವುಗಳು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಕೊಡೋದಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಫಿಸಿಯೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಫೈಲ್ಸ್. ಲುಕ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋಫೈಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್, ಫೀಲಿಕ್ ಅಗೇನ್, seeking or loving or affinity or affinity. So nodili, these are the electron deficient centers, deficient species, electron kami irtavu, and these are attracted towards the electron rich centers, exactly opposite to the nucleophile. Nucleophile attacks to the electrophile and electrophile attacks to the nucleophile. Then only the organic reaction takes place. These are the electron deficient species which are attracted towards the electron rich centers. Electron rich centers the nucleophile kade attack ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, electron rich centers. These are positively charged, these are positively charged or neutral. Remember here, neutral species having lone pair of electron, having lone pair of electrons, but here this does not have any lone pair of electron. Neutral, not having lone pairs. I will add example: H plus, Cl plus, Br plus, and then NO2 plus. So you may write any that is a positive, and CS3 plus, like this. And you may write neutral BF3, AlCl3, boron trifluoride, aluminum chloride, SO3, etc. These are all called as neutral. So students, here electrophiles, these are the electron deficient species which are attracted towards the electron rich centers, and these are positively charged. So therefore remember students here, so it is about up to this we studied nucleophiles and electrophile, and in our next class we will see the remaining part. Thank you.